so many situations, how it conjured in. If I stress you out, you rock your feelings like a fit. You told me time and time again, you leave, you gon' be missed. When it rain, the sun gon' shine. I'm just trying to see right through the mist. Lost so much shit in my life, without you it don't seem right. You got that love I gotta fight for. Can't let you worry about it, I just one night her. Can't spin the wheel on that, price ain't right for. Better act like you know. Acting like I'm not a blessing from the skies. Can you tell me why? You always act like you know.
Okay guys, I literally have counseling in a few, but I wanted to make sure because I'm going out to lunch, still celebrating my birthday. So Harry is taking me to lunch as soon as she's done getting her oil change, and I have counseling. Usually I have counseling earlier in the day, or in the morning rather, but it's at 11 today, so I have literally 15 minutes before the session starts. So I was trying to do like a cute little reel, but I guess I need to just at least have started pressing out some of my hair. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna be able to maintain these curls at all, and I need to be making sure I'm looking the best while rocking my tresses. So you guys, as you all know, I bleached and colored my own hair. So text the business phone if you are interested. I am going to, because some people want the green hair color and are texting for me to do it for them. So this is the E-Heat flat iron. I wish the lighting was better in here. Yeah, this is gonna be so pretty pressed out. Yes, y'all. Ooh, no, this is gonna be so pretty, and I can manage pressed hair much better. I remember this was inspired by Aaliyah J. Everyone is telling me to like take, I really feel like I should do the Christmas intro like this week, since I have the green hair. And I can do, because people were like, do the Grinch, like do like a little cute Grinch thing. I really think I should. I'm gonna hit up Shop by YM and ask them, since I just got my hair done and it's nice and fresh. This is gonna look bomb. So pressed out, and this is Mean Glee's flat iron, as y'all can see. The E-Heat. Oh, this is gonna look so good. Oh, this is gonna look so good. But don't mind now, it's clean day. Like, I was cleaning up the bathroom. I literally just unpacked from Texas from when I had the surgery. I know, don't even holler. But counseling has definitely helped us a lot. Like, now that we got back into it, like, it's really helpful. Won't give too much details, but it is really helpful. I know some people are like, oh, don't go to counseling unless you're married and blah blah. I kind of want to get into a marriage. Like, to be honest, like, I don't agree with that. I'm big on counseling. Like, I'm big on mental health, and I feel like a lot of people, almost everybody, like everybody should be in counseling to like talk their issues through, because we've all been through things. But with my last relationship, like, counseling was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, once we decided, like, let's do counseling, and I was like, we told each other the very first day, I said, if this does not work, I'm making a declaration right now. I looked my counselor in her eye right before Naja even walked in here, and I was like, if this does not work, if this goes how I think it's gonna go, it's not gonna work. But because we were already, I told you guys, we were already broken up for like a year. So I was like, okay, if this does not work, I'm making a declaration to you, I'm walking away. Like, period. And literally something really crazy had went down. I never told y'all. I should probably tell y'all as a part of the Keevember exposed segment. So I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, since we're talking about it. So remember when I had the what was it called? How long do I got, y'all? Okay, I got about 9 minutes to tell the story. So remember when we had the model casting call? Well, okay, so let me back up a little bit. Naja was in school. She was a pharmacy tech, and then she went to school for business. So I was doing a lot of her, I was helping her with a lot of her work while still going to school myself at Spelman. I was a theater major. My major was theater, performing arts. My minor was political science, while battling depression and still managing a business, which was God Limbs. And we used drop shipping when we first started, so it was not that hectic. But at one point I decided to let go of the drop shipper, and we used a direct vendor. Take a marketing class if you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, fast forward, I started needing her to like help me with doing the orders, promotion, this, that, and third. And it just like, it was always an excuse. I got work, I got this, I got that. And I'm like, I'm helping you with all your school classes. I'm taking your tests, I'm writing, helping you write papers, I'm doing all this stuff for you. I'm still doing all my work at Spelman. I'm going to work. Like I'm doing so much and I'm not complaining. Like, and you know, I wrote her into the business because originally it was just mine, but I kind of felt bad because I never wanted to have my own business, whereas she was in school for business. So I'm like, oh, like this, I felt bad, and she wasn't like one of those significant others that like was happy for me. So she wasn't happy for me. So I was like, okay, well, I can add you like as a joint owner to the business, and that's exactly what I did. But she never did anything, but I was still letting her get 50% of earnings. We just kept it in the account and never touched it. So which was her idea, by the way. So anyways, fast forward, I had to plan the model casting call. I did all the model casting call stuff by myself. I'm the one who bust my butt. I went to all the schools. I found all the girls. I emailed all the girls. I organized the whole event. I got everything together, which was so time consuming. So it was a point where I stopped eating. I remember telling you guys, remember I was having all those skin issues and stuff. So y'all know sometimes I was saying, I'm gonna stop eating this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. So I think I said I was not eating fast food for a while. Mind you, I used to always ask her like to support me with my YouTube channel. When she first came on, she was supporting, but then y'all kind of ran her off. So it was like we used to bicker about it, and it was just always me helping her and like making sure she was good, but it was never like reciprocated on my end. Like she was never happy for my success. Like she kind of like envied that, and it was just apparent with how she acted. Like when I upgraded my car, like when I had that 1996 Toyota Postell, oh, you got your first car. When I upgraded to that 2013 in the year, the 2015 car, or was it 20? I don't remember, but I upgraded to the same year, whatever year it was, car. Like it was just like she just walked in the house and didn't even like say congrats or nothing. Like it was just always like damn, like are you my enemy or are you my girlfriend? So anyways, when that model casting call, around that time, that's when I was learning how to drive on the highway. So and we had just like literally, like, so she had came over because she was sick, but I had to take some pictures for her for something. I forgot what I had to do, and I was taking care of her, everything. And you know, we was trying to work our relationship out, and she told me, I was like, well, I need some help with this model casting call. Like I did everything. She was like, well, I'm going to work the day of the model casting call, so you figure it out. I get there when I get there. I'm like, what? Like how are you a business owner and you're not helping out with the business? So I'm like, now I gotta run behind and ask everybody else. Like that's why I'm so independent. I don't like depending on nobody else with stuff, because like every time like people just always let me down. So she got sick, so she ended up calling out of work the day of the model casting call. So now she's available to do stuff, but then she still finds an excuse as to why she can't do stuff. Anyway, so she goes and does what she's doing. My friends like came and helped do everything that I needed them to do. So I'm still handling everything. I have not eaten at all day long. Mind you, I had just told her like I'm not eating fast food, and I'm not eating like I'm not eating fried chicken or nothing like that. I'm not eating fast food whatsoever. And mind you, we just had went to McDonald's because she was teaching me how to drive on the highway at night. We just had went to McDonald's like the day before, and when we went, because we drove from my house to McDonald's to like teach me how to drive on the highway, and she had ordered her food and I didn't get anything. Like this just happened like the day before, and she's like, oh, why are you not getting anything? And I'm like, are you watching my vlogs? Like, are you not hearing me? Like when I'm talking to you, I said I'm not eating fast food, blah 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 blah. So she was like, oh, okay, whatever. So now it's the day of the model casting call. Y'all, I'm sorry to sort of seem like it's all over the place, but just catch up because I kind of want to just say it right now. But yeah, so day of the model casting call. So now she calls me. She doesn't come help with like she said she was gonna do. I gotta call everybody else, depend on everybody else. I get there, I'm a little late. If y'all was there at the model casting call, y'all remember I got there, but y'all also remember when she got there way later, came in there trying to regulate stuff, and I'm like, you didn't do any of this stuff. Like you didn't help out with nothing, and now here you are trying to be a dictator up in here. So anyway, she calls me. She was like, hey, are you hungry? So she was like, I'm going to American Deli. And I'm like, why are you going to American Deli? And I just told you I'm not eating fast food. So I was like, so I texted her back like 5 minutes later, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not eating fast food. I think I still got the text, y'all. I was like, I'm not eating fast food. I think if I got these texts, I'm gonna put it in there. But I was like, I'm not eating fast food, so just give me some, just give me the rice there. Like, I'll just do the rice and give me water, because I also wasn't drinking sweets or like doing sweets or sodas or nothing like that. So she texted me back. I was like, well, I already got you the wings, so you better eat it. And I'm like, how you gonna force me? So mind you, I always used to help her out with money. Like, I used to help her out. I used to pick her up from work. I used to do this, I used to do that. I did so much for her, but never would ask her for anything in return. So she comes in here and I'm like, hey, I'm not eating it. So my best friends knew I wasn't eating fast food, so they're like, why should I get you that? So I told Ashley Sellers, I was like, hey, well, you can just get the wings. So then she was like, okay. So she went back there. And it's so crazy how the truth came out, because I didn't know what the truth was that day. But after we broke up, like years later, Ashley and me ended up talking about that day, and I kind of found out what the real truth had happened, because she kicked it to me. Like, Ashley came in there and like forced her to give her the wings, and then that's when she came out and cussed me out. But no, she was back there and was being nice to Ashley and told her she can get some of the wings because I wasn't going to eat it. But anyways, that's the control mechanism that goes on in toxic relationships. She was trying to mind control me and emotionally abuse me. So she came out there, didn't want to talk to me the whole model casting call, had an attitude. Oh, you got me wasting my money, how dare you? And I'm like, what? So I didn't drink the drink. Mind you, I'm not drinking sweets. I'm trying to stop my freaking skin from breaking out. So the drink, so when the whole model casting call was over, my drink was still right there, and Ashley, the other Ashley McCray, the dancer Ashley, she was cleaning up. So she was like, oh, you done with this, Keesha? And I was like, yeah. So Naja come with her, I know you didn't just throw that drink out and I just spent my money. And I'm like, $2? And then she was like, and you didn't even eat the food. And I said, I'm not eating fast food. How you gonna force me to eat something I'm not eating it? She's like, that's my money. I was like, well, I will give you the money, sis. Like, what are you like? So we arguing, all my friends sitting there just watching me go through a toxic relationship like they always do. And it was just like, I'm like, this is too much. Like, I can't take this no more. So anyway, so we got back to my house to pick the girls who actually won, and she had to complain about every single girl, this, that, and the third. Like, everybody who I was voting for, she wasn't voting for. Like, she was just complaining. Didn't do anything. She got there late to vote anyway. She, like, we all got there. She gets there an hour late. I'm like, what stopped? Like, where did you go? Where did you take a detour to? When to go get weed and alcohol and all this other stuff, shows up with bottles. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is so unprofessional. And then now here you come trying to regulate something once again. So I still chose who I wanted to choose. Like, I wasn't like, I gave her one of the girls who she wanted, but I still chose who and they were like, they did a great job. Like, everything looked great, but it was just still like the principle of the situation. So after that, she didn't want to talk to me. I forgot what it was. I gotta come back and tell y'all the rest of it when I'm done with counseling. But she didn't want to talk to me that night for some reason, and I can't remember. So here I am, the one people pleaser. So here I called her the next day, I'm crying, like, hey, like, let's just work it out, I'm sorry. So I'm like, I'm just gonna come over to your house. And she's like, what did the counselor say? The counselor said if I want space, give me my space. So I'm like, well, the counselor also said we should communicate, so let me come over there and communicate with you in person. No, if you come over here, it's over. I don't want to see you, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I called the counselor and I let her know, and we had an agreement. If she does not show up to a counseling session, that means the relationship is completely, like, we're just not moving forward with it. So I didn't go to her house. Like, she told me don't come to her house. I didn't go to her house, and then I showed up to counseling, and she didn't walk through that door. And the counselor said, what did y'all say day one? I'm holding you to that. Like, she's like, I'm just gonna tell you, this whole relationship is about me. She was like, she's not in a predicament to be, she's not being selfless right now. It's all about her. She's going through her trials, and she's looking at you like, you guys started here together. You guys started at the bottom together, and as you keep climbing the ladder to success, it's hindering. Like, she's reflecting in herself in a negative manner, because it's looking like, damn, like, Keesha's climbing, instead of being happy for me, supportive of me, and like, I'm gonna get there with you, babe. Like, I'm gonna scratch your back, you scratch mine. It's always looking like, who do you think you are, type of thing. Like, I'm not supporting you. Like, part of it was the haters on YouTube, but honestly, it was also the fact that I had the support, the love. It's just like, I'm tired of being your shadows, and like, it was just like control aspect of everything. It was just like a lot of manipulation, a lot, like, it's so much stuff, y'all. But this Keevember exposed is just like about, like, just how that toxic relation just finally ended. Her ex actually had commented. That's why we broke up officially the year before, because her ex had commented under, I think I finally deleted those receipts because I just didn't care to have them no more. But her ex had commented under one of my vlogs and was like telling me some crazy stuff, and I was like, what the hell? Like, who coming to my job? So that's why I be so paranoid now. Like, that's why I never wanted, like, Jeremy's situation to become, because I know how people are with clout. I know, like, people be wanting to come instead of just talk. Like, girl, you could have texted my phone or messaged me on Instagram, and here but I saw it. So that was problematic enough, because it's like now you got me having to clean up your mess on my platform that you don't want no parts on. So why is your dirty laundry all up in my mix? Okay, y'all, but I think it's 11 o'clock now. I'm gonna have to come back, like I said, a little bit later on and give y'all some more insight. Hopefully y'all kind of got the story of what happened, but it was just like the model casting call kind of was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. It was just like the way I was treated, the way I was handled, like everything I had went through that week, just to bring it for months, to bring that thing to life I did by myself. And then you show up and you're trying to regulate, you're trying to control, you want it's like you weren't grateful. But once I actually walked away from the relationship, she did show up to the photo shoot of the girls, and she sent me a long text like apologizing, saying, you know, like you really did do a great job, trying to get me back at that point though. But it wasn't working. It was not working. The counselor told me to stick to my guns, and she was like, you're not happy in this relationship. Like, I can tell from day one you really want a reason out, but you have a problem with letting go, because you care and you don't really genuinely want to do that, but you kind of like need someone to help push you and facilitate you walking away from something that's not making you happy, and you're not happy. Like, nothing you're saying about this relationship is screaming happy. Like, nothing. I haven't heard anything that gave me a feeling that you are happy or that you love this person. And it's so crazy, because now that me and Jeremy in counseling, it's the complete opposite. Like, it's the complete opposite. Like, our counselors know we love one another. They just know we've been through some things, and that's also what continues to motivate me with Jeremy more so, is because like I'm hearing that like counselors they don't care about your feelings. It's not a popularity contest. They're gonna just be real with you. So just to hear my counselors like remind me like there's love there. The conversations that my counselor used to have about Nasia used to be terrible. Like, this is what she's feeling about you. This is what I'm hearing her say about you. This is this is that, da 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 da. And then hearing like, okay, he genuinely loves you. He really cares about you. He's going through this. Y'all need to figure out that. Like, that is like inspiring. But anyway, y'all, I think my phone just went off. I got counseling, so I will see y'all later. Okay guys, I'm done with counseling. I am done with my hair. I love it so much now. More it's straightened. This is similar to how Aaliyah J had hers. It's my first time trying to duplicate someone else's look. I think she had her hair shaved on the side. Y'all know I don't know how to do baby hairs, so I kind of like just let them be until I have to put forth effort. And I'm like wearing this t-shirt dress type of thing. Made mistakes before, but I know I'm not perfect. It's okay, cause who could ever be? Y'all, so one time, y'all, first of all, these dang on elevators are thin as crap. One time I was in here, like I be doing some silly stuff with the girls, and I was oh, this perfume smells so good. Oh, I love my hair better with this bang. But anyway, I was doing some silly stuff with the girls. Like, y'all know what you do to entertain your kids. And I got off the elevator, and there was a group of people sitting right there, and I'm just like, hey y'all. You know that little meme of what's her name? When they walk in from the girls of Little Women of Atlanta, or that's what it's called? Oh, y'all, it's cold. Dang, whoa. Having a brain fart. But yeah, I love Little Women Atlanta. And then she came and she's like, hey, and everybody else looking so awkward. Yes, y'all, that's exactly what I was doing. So we still can't go to a Toast on Wednesday. They have a 2.5-hour wait. So we're gonna go somewhere else. I told Perry to look up Canoe and see if they have a wait, and if she likes their menu. And that's not too far away. I have to go do some orders real quick, or do some inventory. Did I bring my damn? I left my freaking business phone upstairs, y'all. I remember one of the lifts, but I can't. I think it was somebody who ordered yesterday. I'm gonna have to just probably take a picture. How could I leave my business phone? I'm ready. So I got all my stuff stocked up for Black Friday. The Black Friday sale this year, y'all, is going to be the biggest Black Friday sale, the biggest deal, and by biggest I mean like the biggest deals I've ever done. I got everything in stock. I am going to be doing a sale on the water bottles as well, because where they at? There they go. I am going to be doing a sale on the water bottles as well, because my new inventory will be here for the winter time, and I want to make sure that all of this is out so that it's not like too cluttered. So I will be doing a sale on the water bottles. Y'all can still get them now. They're not even expensive, but I will be doing a Black Friday sale. So everybody, please make sure y'all are getting that. And then abundance, they're already going to be a part of the Black Friday sale. Y'all will see that. And I think that's everything. Do I need to take... Y'all, I can't wait to wear this shirt. This shirt is going to look... As soon as I don't have to wear my bra, I'm putting on this shirt right here. Oh, oh, your girls. Oh, my doctor did a damn good job fixing my boobs. So I'm so glad I got the revision. The best money I've ever spent in my life. Okay, guys. Let me go ahead and get started with talking, cause go ahead, car, don't play with me. So let me go ahead and get started with talking before I run out of time, because I'm not even that far away from the restaurant. Oh, y'all, let me turn my seat warmers on. I want to get everything nice and warm and toasty up in here. But so y'all know when they say, like Harry Potter is my favorite series, like it's my favorite movie. I love all movies, but I've read every single book for Harry Potter, and it's not 10 times better than a movie because I love the movies as well, but it has so much more. And just reading it's like the wordplay that the author uses in the book is so much more descriptive than the movie could ever be, because you can only make the movie for so long. But that's why most Harry Potter movies are like 3 hours long, because it's like so much compelled in there. So with that being said, that's why I always tell people to read the Cue the Relations book, even though it's an ebook and even though it was much shorter than an actual novel or something like that. Like the words, the description, and the insight of the story that we were conveying in the book is so much more insightful than like how much time we would actually have to convey what we're trying to explain. Like that's what differentiates a good writer between a bad one, because a good writer is able to convey whatever they need in the story and entertain or inform or whatever, and a bad writer not so much. So go back and read Cue the Relations, because it gets way more descriptive than I'm about to get. But I kind of wanted to, since because I didn't plan this, but since I brought it up, I'm like, mine as well. So I did go into the book details about being in a relationship with a woman and being in a relationship with women. I was in a relationship with 2 girlfriends. My first girlfriend, I was in a relationship with my sophomore year of high school, and that lasted until my the summer of leading into senior year. And then after that relationship, I got into a relationship with the one you guys saw, which was Nasia, and we stayed in a relationship for a period of time. Now both relationships, like in the book I kind of explained like how my chemistry was with women. Like I've never had a romantic interest in women, so that's why it was so much harder for me to try to talk about that type of sexuality on my platform when I first came on it. And then there was also part of the reasons why it was so much clashing going on in both relationships on my part, because of my need for a man. But like I said, if you read the book, you will really get it. There's some things I just can't even say on YouTube. It's really good, y'all. But I go into great detail about how my relation, like what a woman lacked for me personally, and how I knew like my body chemistry didn't even mesh well with either women, romantically, sexually. There, like a lot of people like know how the lesbian relationships work, and it would be so crazy to find out I didn't even partake in a lot of the things that most lesbian relationships do. Like some of my friends have had way more intimate relationships with women than I have, like, and I'm talking about in the bedroom. So my hormones did not work in that type of dynamic. And yeah, it's very deep. I may have to do another Keevember topic on that if y'all ask me some more questions about it. And yeah, so as far as Nasia's concerned, our relationship was toxic starting like maybe a year into the relationship. While we were in high school, I was really busy cheering, learning, applying for college. Like, I was so busy. I did all-star cheerleading, and I was the captain of my varsity high school cheerleading squad. So I was always busy. I was not going out on no dates with her. I don't even honestly recall us going anywhere or doing anything like that, like the entire time we were in high school, because I was so busy. And okay, yeah, so that's that. Now when I went to college, that's when things shifted a lot. So when I got on campus, you know, of course I had a lot of guys who were interested in me. One of them in particular, so this is Keevember exposed, so I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, this part wasn't even a book. I'm giving y'all some behind the scenes, inside scoops, some real deal tea. So there was a guy, and he was very attractive, like really attractive, and he was interested in me. He told, like, he was a upperclassman, and he was online at the time, or about to be online at the time. So anyways, we became friends. I'm not a cheater, so I told him instantly, like, I'm in a relationship, and I told him who I was in a relationship with. And you know, he kind of also helped me to understand, like, what I could not say out loud, or what I felt like I was being restricted with, which was living in my truth at the time of just saying, like, that's another reason why I was so depressed in college, because I felt like I was being forced to stay somewhere that I did not want to be in. Like, it's really, like I said, I would have to do another series because there's so many different variables with this. But you know, he kind of like used to, you know, talk to me about, you know, like, if you've never been with a man intimately, if you've never even really been in a romantic relationship except for when you were 14 years old, like, how do you really know that this is what you want for your end goal? Especially being that what you are telling me what you want for your end goal does not align with being with a woman. And I'm talking about, I spoke heavily about being with like marriage, and I spoke heavily about being pregnant and being a mom. And he also, he would ask me, like, well, how, you know, have you and your partner talked about it? And I was like, well, I've never been intimate before, but I want to look, I don't want to do the insemination to get pregnant. Like, I really want to, like, have sex and let that be like a bonding moment. But you know, my partner, of course, that's not what they would be comfortable with, because I would technically be losing my virginity to the person who's giving me the child. But then, you know, like, it was so complex. It was so complex. So he was really intelligent. He went to Morehouse. But we kept it as friends. Like, sometimes he would try to, like, when he would know certain things was going on in a relationship, he would try to, like, be there and try to convince me to you know, just be happy, not really be with him, so to speak. He really did like me, but he just wanted me to be happy. But I never would take it that way. I never would take it there. And a lot of Morehouse guys who, you know, if I would go out and it would be me and my my Spelman sisters, and we would be in a group, and it would be Morehouse guys, and we all exchange numbers. Of course, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't get anybody's numbers. Like, kind of like how Jeremy was with the whole neighbor situation. Like, they're all exchanging Instagram. Oh, I can't get nobody's Instagram. I got a girlfriend. So it was kind of like that. So I would get everybody's number too. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of guys who were really attractive would message me and say really inspiring, you know how Morehouse guys are, they would say the things that they say, and they would, you know, kind of follow with, are you taken? And then they would be really respectful once I told them I was, and we would just leave it like that. And then we would continue, like, strictly on a platonic basis, because I was true to being respectful and faithful in my relationship, even though I was not happy. But Nasia found out, like, she would go through my phone and see, like, oh, he said he liked you, or he said you were pretty, why would you even keep being, I'm like, Dave said okay, and we moved on to something else. Like, so I gotta cut somebody off because they thought I was attractive. And she was really insecure, so she made me stop hanging out with any of my friends if we were gonna be around guys. She never was physically abusive, but it was always more of a control aspect for her. And that's how my other relationship, that's both of them are Aquarius, both born a day apart, but that's how she was as well. Like, it was like any idea that I would be doing anything with a guy, it will rub them the wrong way. And I think that's because they knew how I was intimately, and how intimately I just was not comfortable, so we never took it there for a lot of the things that they would want to do. And then I think they kind of knew how my body craved for the intimacy of a man, and they got very territorial, because they like, this girl right here, she's special. We know as soon as, like, a guy finds out about her, like, they gonna freaking convince her out of being with us type of thing. And I could just sense that. So as far as Nasia is concerned, she made me cut off talking to any more house guys, which depressed me even more. I ended up moving in with her sophomore year. We were so toxic freshman year. She would come and pick me up every weekend because she didn't want me to have no involvement, and I would want to go there too, so I'm not gonna lie and say I just didn't want to go. But there were times like I wanted to do, sorry y'all, there were times where I wanted to do things with my Spelman sisters, and I wanted to do things with my Morehouse brothers, but she would kind of like mind control me to tell me like, it's like, why would you want to do that if you're in a relationship, or why would you want to put your, but I think for her, since she didn't go to that school, no one knew her, like she even came up to the school trying to intimidate some of the guys. Like it was, y'all, it was crazy. It was a lot of stuff that used to go on. But like I said, I'm just like, okay, I want to just, you know, do right by this relationship instead of just walking away. I'm like, clearly I'm not happy, clearly this is not what I want, and you know, this guy is like making me curious about what would happen if I just walk away and try something new or different, or you know, whatever. But I was so keen on like being faithful and being committed and blah blah blah, so like, let me just make this work, let me just stick around, stick this out, and that's exactly what I did. So y'all never really saw me participate in any events, activities, doing anything that was gonna be around other boys, because she was intimidated, she was insecure about it, and then I didn't want to offend her and stuff like that. So it was really, really sticky with us. It was really, really sticky because I kind of resented her for that in our relationship. Like, I'm not even allowed to do this because you're so freaking insecure. And it's like, oh, like, and I think also just her seeing the type of guys who were interested, it's kind of like these were men, like these, like this ain't no high school stuff no more. In high school, she knew like guys were into me as well there, but it's like when you get to the real world and you dealing with some real deal people, then it's like, dang, like I don't want, like how can I really stand a chance to a real man when it comes to her? And so she also would know like certain things that I would require or expect of her, like Nasia, we did everything 50-50. It was never like she was taking, like it was never like she was being like I had to, what am I trying to look for? I never had to not surrender, but what's the word, y'all? I'm over here trying to make sure. What's the word? I never was, what's the word? Help me. I never, not surrender, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like she was not the leader of the relationship. Like we were like just two women. I am an alpha female. Like I am very, so when it comes to that aspect of a relationship, that like it's gonna be like, I need a real man's man to be able to handle that. And she like when we went out on dates, it was always 50-50. Like sometimes she would hold the door, sometimes she would pump the gas, like sometimes like I would deal with my car stuff. Like it was so much like just me, I might as well just be single if I'm doing all this. And I would feel that way, but I would not know how to articulate that. But sometimes I would ask her of certain things and she would be like, well, I'm not a man, why are you asking that of me? Or like, well, you want to be with a man? Like it was always us going back to, do you want to be with a man? That's what men do, da, 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 da. And I used to be like inside of me like, yes, that is what I want, that is what I want. But because I genuinely was not happy, I was forcing myself to stay in a relationship, not even just in a relationship, but that type of relationship, I was depriving myself, and I was really sick. I was just really sick. As y'all knew, I used to cry so much. That's why even when I first started talking to Jedediah, that's one of the kind of reasons why, not only just him being younger, but one of the takeaways that we had, which was gonna be in a documentary, but I pulled it. And then I also, you know, he had got married, so it was just, but we had a conversation, so that's all that really mattered. But that was one of the takeaways. He was telling me, and his mom really liked me, so she had a long conversation with me too, and she was just like, girl, like now that you're talking to guys, like you gotta let a man be a man. Like you are having great difficulty with that. Like you can just tell you ain't been with no man before because you're not letting my son lead. Like he's been deprived of feeling like a man with you. You have everything else to offer, but if it's a real man would not be comfortable with you arguing with him when it's time to pay, and you over here telling him you like, what do you get out of that? By like, and that's what we would do every time we went. So I'm so used to how it was with Nasia, and so used to certain things. Like when I started talking to guys again, it was difficult. I thought it would be an easy transition because that's what I always wanted, but it was so difficult for me to just let men like do certain things, and that could be intimidating. I talked to other guys outside of Jedediah as well, but some of those other guys, and they're I'm not even gonna call no names out. It doesn't matter who they are, but they kind of sort of told me, like, some of them it was like, okay, whatever, and then some of them, like, because I wasn't even gonna even pursue nothing serious anyways, and men, y'all know, they just want SEX in the beginning. So a lot of them that I did run into a lot of that, which I was not doing, so I didn't have those issues. Sorry, y'all. But when it came to Jeremy came in. Is this where it's at? Jeremy came in, and yeah, that's right. Jeremy came in, and boy, he knew what it took to be a man. And when I tell you, I was like alert. I was like, I knew submissive, that's the word I was looking for. I knew how to be submissive towards Jeremy. He made it very clear to me that I'm the man and I'm leading, and he knows what my strengths are as a woman, so he does allow me. Of course, I'm still who I am, and he's never been intimidated by my success. He always applauds that. It inspires him, actually. He loves that. That's one of the things he loves about me. But as far as like leading me and that man aspect that I had just like wanted for so long, he came in and he knew exactly, like, and that turned me on about him, like that manliness of him. Just a lot of things that y'all never seen, won't never see, because it's just not the world's business of how he leads me and all those other aspects. But hey, how are you?
I'm good. Am I leaving the car on for you?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna just switch my shoes out. You having a good day?
Running. Sorry, it sounded like it turned off.
Oh, no.
Habit. What's the last name?
Anderson.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many people turn the car off and then walk away.
Oh no.
With their keys.
And it's tip valet?
Yeah, we work off tips.
Okay. Y'all gonna finish this combo later.
Cash App, Venmo, or anything like that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Y'all got everything.
Nice. That is a classic camera.
Thank you. Okay, y'all, we are at Canoe. Y'all haven't seen Perry in so long. She been out being a millionaire, y'all. So when you're a millionaire, you don't got time for YouTube no more. It's just, y'all should. Girl, please. You are not gonna. You always say that, and they have yet to see your beautiful face grace there. Like, you have been MIA, but I promise y'all, she's just been making money. She's about to do some big things. Okay, y'all, I got smoked salmon. I already started eating my bread. It's so soft, it's so delicious. Y'all, this is so good.
I wonder if she knows she don't even gotta do all of that.
No.
Yeah. Just this week I probably counted about 100,000. Just this week I took a loss to see my people smile. Yeah.